Says it's recording.
I know. Imagine that. Hey guys, it's the Geek. I'm back with the rookie.
Hello.
And we are trying again to play Vampire the Masquerade, something or other of New York. Coteries, whatever. And we just spent 15 minutes of our lives we're never going to get back because we didn't realize the camera wasn't recording.
Woot.
So let's hope that it didn't auto-save on us. Yeah, you eat that apple.
Delicious.
It looks more like a peach, actually, with the insides. But I don't know.
Deliciously.
Yeah. Okay.
This looks familiar. Oh.
Right.
Oh.
Damn it! Oh!
Saved.
Fuck! Okay, fine, fuck it. Jeez, okay, let's see if it'll let us go back. That's the wrong button. Okay, it only let us go back to the beginning of this mission. Alright, before all this, we, met with the dude at the church, Bennett, and he turned Russian, and, he started telling us the story of, like, Cain, the first vampire, and some of the stuff about that, and whether or not it's real or not, and all this fun religious shtick. And we ran into some potential vampire hunters, but we didn't make contact with them. And now we're here getting arrested for some... Okay, we came back to our sanctum, whatever we're calling it, to find one of Sophie's henchmen near Deth in our apartment. And the cops just busted in on us. And were about to arrest us, and Sophie came in. And and we're here.
Yay!
They were just about to arrest us when Sophie and some other guys came in.
This man was with me when this terrible act of violence occurred. He has an airtight alibi.
You've rarely seen Sophie wield the full extent of her powers. You're not sure how much is supernatural ability and how much is bribery and political connection. It doesn't matter. This is enforcing that me using my power wouldn't have worked.
Is it?
I feel because you're feeling like her using a ton of power, which I doubt we could have like added to.
The injured man works for me. He must be hospitalized this instant. If he doesn't receive a full recovery, there will be consequences.
For 15 minutes, he watches Sophie imperiously orders the police officers around. Some of the people she brought with her also seem to be police, but you're not sure. You catch Sophie grimacing in the direction of an empty corner, and something tells you that there might be a third vampire in the apartment, your stalker perhaps. The injured man gets carried away on a stretcher. The cops leave without even checking your ID. Will there be problems?
No, the police know how to avoid this house. This was an anomaly. Your stalker was here, but now she's left. Her name is, Adelaide Davis. In case you were wondering, a lunatic, truly one of the more pestilent clans.
Can we talk to her?
Yes, we can. We have to, in fact. I'll arrange a little chat with Miss Davis. Later, you'll join me and Elysium and deal with this problem like the vampire you are, with words.
Okay. Sophie leaves you alone. The idea of spending the day in a haven that's just been raided by the police seems risky, but you decide to trust Sophie's assurance. Are we forgetting they yanked the door off the wall?
You have a lockable door in
Okay.
the back.
It's not like you have anything else to go on.
More resting,
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
Here we go. Are we gonna need a void?
Oh no! What's going on?
So we can talk to Bennett again, and then I don't know what the third. Oh, it's probably talking
That's her. Yeah. I want to go do this.
Adelaide. She's the result of your reporter. It looks like.
Oh, that makes sense. I want to go deal with this guy just because we missed 15 minutes of our lives talking to him last time. But I feel like this, logically, were this a real thing, we should deal with this first. Visiting Elysium with Sophie is always a humbling experience. She's connected, well-known, important. You're a nobody. You've always known this, of course, but it's especially apparent when you arrive with her. Everyone notices her, and she drinks it in like it's her birthright.
That's Adelaide Davis. Let's go say hello.
You spot the woman Sophie's referring to, Adelaide, your stalker. Intense, disheveled, young-looking, a Malkelvian, if you've understood correctly. As you approach, Adelaide looks at you with an undisguised hatred. My two favorite people. And we're rushing again. I don't know why. I'm just... Goddamn.
I love you too, Adelaide.
Adelaide looks from Sophie to you and laughs mirthlessly. The sound is creepy enough to make people glance towards you. I'll never stop. You should know that I'm relentless. Yeah, that feels like a better voice.
What's this all about? I understand why you hate me, but why hate Jack Deth?
Adelaide looks so angry, for a moment you fear she'll hit you, Elysium or no. As if you don't know, they call me a creep. It's very insulting, especially to someone like me.
Was that when you were creeping, invisible, in my haven?
Yes. Sophie sighs.
You have to stop, otherwise I'll take this to Quidar. Quidier?
Quidier. But I'll never call him that anymore. Do that. I have friends much more powerful than him. I was just scared. Okay. Yeah, okay. I can't understand. None of these are exactly dignified, so whatever. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is way past an apology. The harm you've done is irreversible.
Irreversible.
Irreversible. Oh, thank you. Adelaide locks eyes with you, ignoring Sophie. Let's talk later. We'll have some fun together. Adelaide walks away. Sophie watches her go before she says anything.
She's a lunatic. They say all kinds of things. Don't worry about it. She knows that if she crosses the line, there will be consequences.
Sophie steps away to chat with her friends, and you look at the kindred around you, wondering how many would really help you in times of trouble. Probably not many.
Speaking words of wisdom. Okay. Which one do you want to do now?
We need to go to somebody now. So let's. I want to get him out of the way because I want to go deal with that one, but I want to get him out of the way.
Which him? What?
The top one.
Okay.
We'll come back to him. Sophie's mention of a vampire clan of blood sorcerer. Okay. You arrive at the address given to you by Sophie, a small bookstore smack dab in the middle of Broadway of all places. What really catches you off guard, though, is the store's display. From what you've heard about the Tremere, they are infamous for their ties to the occult and the mystical. And yet, now, looking at the oddball collection of items in the display window, it all feels borderline satirical. The books here covered everything from... Oh, God.
I don't know that word.
Something practices and homeopathy to wellness and self-motivation. The vaguely amusing juxtapositions don't end there either. You notice a copy of Anton LaVey's Satanic Bible tucked behind a cheap, smiling Buddha. Scientific Journal of Hematology sits next to a teen-oriented pamphlet on the blood-type personality theory. A number of religious and quasi-religious symbols, lockets, pins, and various emblazed paraphernalia are haphazardly strewn across the display between the tombs. Before you even open the door, you can smell the burning incense and hear the corny Far East tinged music seeping through the cracking speaker mounted above the entrance. The author just had a fucking field day with the thesaurus. It's much more quaint than what you expected from what Sophie told you about the so-called warlocks. It doesn't look like they have much interest in impressing outsiders. Then again, if there's anything you've learned these past few nights, it's that appearances can be deceiving. Oh, God. At this time of night, the shop appears to be closed. Regardless, you ring the bell. You hear someone shuffling around inside. A brief moment later, the latch slides, and the door is pushed open just a few inches. tired-looking blonde in those clothes. What? In those clothes?
In loose clothes.
Oh, in loose clothes. Appears in the crack. She seems confused, like you just woke her up. She lets out a yawn, scratching at her tattooed neck. Finally, she squints in your direction, her pierced eyes curved into an awkward smile. Lips. God damn it. We were not told how to get in here, I guess. I kind of want to say that, but I feel like that's going to be a problem. I really want to say
I have no idea. Go with what you want.
I don't want to piss off the warlocks.
Okay.
Looking for a guy named Agathon. See you around? The girl gives you a suspicious look over, but opens the door. She takes a few steps back, and you hear footsteps coming from behind a floral curtain that's covered the back door. A bespectacled, smart-looking woman emerges and looks straight at you. Oh, it's the Baroness.
What?
From G.I. Joe. Never mind.
What?
Forget it.
Come in and follow me. Just don't touch anything, please.
You follow her through the store. Inside, as expected, the stuffy air smells of sandalwood, frankincense, and a dozen other aromas. Boy, I hate that. I've been through that. There's a lot of busyness in the nose. The woman leads you behind the curtain and through the back door onto a rickety staircase.
There's a computer, maybe? That's a weird... No, it's not.
No.
Oh, fuck.
I can see that being a security monitor, but that's about it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's books.
Or just a TV. I don't know what that is. A flight of steps takes you up to the second story. You instantly notice a change in decor, as the tacky New Age bookstore gives way to something resembling a cross between a library and a workshop. The smell here is strong too, but much more layered. You're not sure what to make of it all at first, but with each whiff, it becomes apparent. Blood. The aroma, though subtle at first, soon becomes overpowering. It takes a moment to adapt and focus.
I don't think you know who you're speaking with, so an introduction is in order. My name is Aisling Sturbridge, and I am the High Regent of the Chantry of the Five Boroughs.
Nobody names their kid this name. This is my given name. This is not my government name.
I mean, some of these are. Adelaide is a real name.
Yeah, but like...
I don't know what I don't ever remember Aisling.
So, Quidair. Have you ever heard of that name?
To be fair, it's from what I was looking when I was looking how to pronounce it. I think it's a Middle Eastern.
Oh, that makes okay.
Thing or whatever, like Turkey.
All right.
You're Jack Deth, correct? I have to say, you're lucky the ward outside the building is only there for notifications tonight. Otherwise, it would have been quite unpleasant. To answer your question, Agathon is here, and he's hard at work, and I wouldn't want to disturb him. Am I to understand this is a social visit?
Wait, how do you know who I am?
Well, for one thing, knowing who's who in this city is one of my duties as High Regent. But, more importantly, you've been on the mind of many kindred since Langley took you in.
Oh, Jesus. Of course. I love being, known by fucking everybody because of my boss.
It's quite a precedent, as I'm sure you know, a first under Prince Panhard, and for Sophie to be the one to do it, curiouser and curiouser. Still, I'm sure you haven't come here to look up for dirt on your sire. That would be unwise.
Sophie suggested I should meet with Agathon. She said he's quite knowledgeable.
Did she now?
Aisling looks you up and down. Her countenance seems unchanged, but you can tell she's judging what you said.
That's new.
Suddenly a man enters from the side room. He doesn't even look at you, lost in his own thoughts. I have it, Aisling. I think I know how to find it. He catches himself as he notices you. His face turns sour. A visitor.
Yes, we were just discussing you, in fact.
Is that so? Yes, Sophie Langley recommended that I contact you about teaming up. I hate the reasoning. Let's make a pact. Let's form a super team. No, what the fuck are we doing here? Teaming up. He seems very confused by the notion. What for? I could assist you in your work. I can be quite helpful knowing I can count on someone to return the favor. Is that right? He seems to consider it, then turns to Aisling. High Regent, may I ask your advice on this? She looks you over, as if judging your worth. It takes her just long enough to make you feel uncomfortable. When she takes her eyes off you, she addresses Agathon.
Do you feel like you need assistance in your task, my child?
I'm confident I can handle it on my own. He pauses, hesitating for a second. I do believe it's important enough to warrant outside help, even if only a single night. Another brief moment of hesitation. Of course, the details would remain between you and I, sire.
Agreed, on all points. Why don't you start by giving our intern here a brief explanation of what it is you're after?
Agathon gives Aisling a hesitant look, but the woman nods approvingly. Encouraged, he turns towards you. A member of our clan disappeared without a trace a handful of nights ago. While the High Regent investigates if any foul play was involved, I have been tasked with recovering her research notes. If there is anything left to recover, that is. I may have an idea where to start looking, and I suppose this is where you come in. If you truly wish to help, I could use your assistance tonight, right now in fact. Given the time we've just wasted on idle chatter, I should leave immediately.
Idle.
And the missing kindred, who is she? A single glance at Aisling is enough. You can tell you're not getting an answer, at least for now. We're after her research. That's what you should focus on. These people aren't in the habit of making things simple. Facing layers upon layers of secrecy, you can only hope that what lies beneath is the real deal. I'm heading out. Are you coming or not? Sure, I'll join you. Very well. He gives Aisling a slight bow. High Regent, with your permission. She nods.
Before you go, however, Deth, defer to Agathon in all things. Our clan values obedience above everything else. Prove you can follow, and this might turn into a mutual beneficial relationship. I will await his return and his report. Good luck, my child.
Agathon bows and heads out, urging you to follow. The High Regent watches you leave. Outside, Agathon leads you to his car. It's almost funny seeing him behind the wheel. However, you'd expect a more mystical means of transportation. Somehow, god damn it. Oh god, everybody's just eyeing me up and down in the car. It's like I have some weird pressure or something. You drive south, heading to the lower east side. Agathon seems lost in thought. Either that, or he's a very careful driver. Either way, several minutes pass in silence. So, where are we going? Williamsburg. There's a place there that our missing colleague frequented. He seems to be thinking of the right words before he decides to address you again. Let me ask you something. Why me? There's likely a couple of hundred of us kindred in New York. Yet you seek me out specifically. Why? For one, Sophie spoke highly of you. She gave me the short list of people to meet, and you were on it. I see. Once more, he grows silent. You're unsure whether to continue prying, as your driver seems to disappear into his thoughts. You drive into Williamsburg and stop by a fancy-looking building.
Fancy schmancy.
We're here. There's a restaurant on the top floor. You wanted to help, so here's your chance. I need you to get us inside the VIP lobby. Once we're there, I need about half an hour of focus and some space. It'll be up to you to keep attention away from the room. Can you do that? He doesn't wait for an answer and points to the front door. Go ahead. Right behind you. The two of you take the elevator up to the restaurant. The door opens, and you see that there are only a few guests left sitting at their tables. An important-looking staff member approaches you.
Good evening. I'm very sorry, but the restaurant is closed for the night. Can I make a reservation for next week, if you wish?
Hey, we're not your regular customers. In fact, we're location scouting for a movie. We'll just take a quick look around, and we'll be gone.
No, I'm sorry. We are not interested in being featured in the movie. I'll have to ask you to look elsewhere. I would suggest Smith and Walensky or the 21 Club.
Hey, it's all good. We can come in. We'll be in the VIP lobby. It won't take long. The man blinks. A confused smile appears on his face.
Yes, of course. Not a problem. Please come right in.
You walk in, trying to look casual, and make your way towards the VIP lobby. You step inside and close the door behind you. It's a nice place, very highbrow. Lots of old, expensive-looking furniture and private rooms to discuss any sordid business one discusses when you're that rich.
I like the heat coming off the cup in the fork.
Oh, yeah. Which is very inaccurate if, I don't know. Your companion looks at you with something akin to admiration, or at least that's how you chose to interpret the slight change in his usual somber facade. Not bad at all. He inspects the room. It's unusually cold. And Agathon soon discovers why. Looking behind the curtain, a window hangs open.
Behind the curtain. Ignore the man.
A handle lock look like they've been dissolved as if with acid. God damn it, Juno. Whoever Juno is, looks like she's no longer here. A flash of fury sparks in his eyes. Yeah, no kidding. Takes a frantic look around the room. This changes things. Keep an eye on the door. I'll need some time. Half an hour. At the very least, nobody disturbs me, understand? He hastily punches a couch.
Pushes.
Damn it. Fucking... Shut up! You're right. He hastily pushes a couch and some potted plants out of the way, moves a bar stool, and takes out a curved knife, cutting into his own arm. He lets some of his blood drip onto the wooden floor. It's pretty fucked up, the way his flesh oozes the deep red, thick vetiver. In life, you'd have found its stomach churning, but right now you feel weirdly turned on by the sight. What follows is disturbing yet. With one hand, he sheaths the knife and seals the wound. With the other, he smears the blood around him while murmuring some weird chant. It sounds vaguely Latin, but you're pretty sure it isn't. It's all more than a little disconcerting, but he seems to know what he's doing. A few moments later, the circle starts glowing faintly as a thin wisp of smoke surrounds Agathon. He sits down in the middle, legs crossed, eyes closed. Minutes pass. At least the game's not making me, watch the door.
I mean, you are, but...
Well, make something come up for me to need to watch the door. Agathon's face twitches from time to time, and his head turns every now and then as if he were looking around or listening in on a conversation. Smoke grows thicker, forming a veil around the mage. You expected something more flashy, but it's still a sight to behold. You wonder what the point of it is, but refrain from asking. It's probably best to let Aghanon do his thing. For close to 30 minutes, you're left to your own devices. Then suddenly, the door opens slightly, and the manager leans into the room.
Yeah, you knew what was happening.
You tense up, but he just gives you an awkward smile.
Anything you need?
You shoo him away before he can take a closer look at your companion, and he retreats obediently. 2 minutes pass. 2 minutes later, Agathon casually gets up off the floor and walks over to the sofa. He pushes his hand in between the cracks of the upholstery and fishes something out. And then he turns to you and nods. We're done here. Let's go. You make your way back to the elevator, passing the manager on your way. He gives you a slight, somewhat confused smile, but neither him nor any of his staff get in your way. I hope we tidied up first. Despite that, the elevator ride down feels tense, and the two of you only relax once inside Agathon's car. He starts the engine and takes a right at the Continental Army Plaza back onto the bridge.
Wow, that was The shortest scene ever.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it could have gotten worse if I picked wrong options.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the elevator.
Oh. You're just about to say something when he beats you to it. That went better than I expected, all things considered. It might have been a trick of the light, but you're pretty sure you just saw a smile. I'm used to going alone, but with what I'm dealing with right now, I might require some more assistance. And you seem capable enough. Gee, thanks. I take it that's your way of showering me with praise. You could swear you just made him smirk. You did fine. Once you really impress me, I'll be sure to let you know.
Wow.
It doesn't take you long to reach the Warlock's hideout. Agathon waves at you, absentmindedly, once again lost in his thoughts, hopelessly so. One of these nights, you should probably take him up on his offer. Who knows, if you gain his trust, maybe you can actually break through his stoic facade and meet a man underneath.
The man.
The man, okay. Alright, we're gonna see what happens next episode. So, we're probably gonna go back to our base and have more trouble. And, it'll be fun to find out how that goes next time. Thanks for joining us, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.